Thank you for your comment, brother. I haven't actually made a video about this in the past, but quite a few people have brought this up to me, so I feel that I should make a video addressing it at this point. This argument almost always comes from other Torah observers who have done their due diligence studying the law and believe that we shouldn't keep the feast because we are in captivity. And I actually completely understand this argument. The thought process with it is, well, God told us to do these things to celebrate his feasts, and there are some of them that we cannot do. For instance, with just about every feast, God says we must celebrate them in his chosen place, and that we must bring a sacrifice to his temple and his priests. We don't have any of those things anymore. Even in modern day Israel, they couldn't keep the feast biblically. So again, the argument is if we can't keep them the way God asked, we shouldn't even try. Now, I disagree with that, and here's why. Let's examine some of these appointed feasts in the manuscripts. For instance, let's look at Leviticus chapter 23, verse 4. This is specifically about the Passover. We're going to go to our handy-dandy concordance, and I want to focus on this word right here, mikra. When the term holy convocation or sacred assembly is translated in our modern day Bibles, it's coming from this word right here, mikra. Now let's look at some of the meanings of this word and how it's used in Scripture. And if you look at Strong's definitions right here, you can see at the very bottom, this word can be used to mean rehearsal, which I find to be very interesting. Knowing that the term holy convocation can mean rehearsal, let's read some of these verses. On the first day of the week, you shall have a rehearsal. You shall not do any ordinary work. These are the Moedim, the appointed feasts of the Most High, the rehearsals. We have an appointed time to rehearse the feasts of the Most High. Because it says in the millennial reign, when Yeshua is in charge, we will be keeping the feasts. But even if you look back into the Old Testament in the Torah, they couldn't even keep the feast properly. They were rehearsing them. They didn't know what those feasts symbolized. They didn't know that every single one of those feast days was about Jesus, Yeshua. Same thing during the time Jesus was alive. They didn't acknowledge that all the feasts of the Most High were about the Messiah. The whole world, even Christians, are still doing that to this very day. So the feast days will be nothing but rehearsals until Yeshua comes back here and everybody knows what we're supposed to do and why we're doing it. So this is one of the reasons I believe we should rehearse, we should practice the feasts and get ready for them.